We're back.
Hey, everybody.
Hoping everybody's doing well this fine evening.
Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday indeed.
August, 29th?
August 29th.
All right, sounds good to me.
I think so too.
Let's see. Oh, I didn't look to see what I was going to talk about.
Yeah.
I said I was going to come over here and look, but
then didn't.
you kind of rushed me when you're sitting there just watching. I'm like, all right, I better get moving.
Too much pressure?
No, just, or else I would dilly-dally anyway.
Oh, boo face.
Category 4.
Oh, that's awful.
But at least it's going to, it's going to miss, looks like it's going to miss South Carolina. No, actually, it's going to hit South Carolina. See the tip
Maybe
there?
the edge of it, yeah.
Yeah. But it looks
and
like
hitting
it.
the side of Georgia, yeah.
Yeah, it does look like it's going to hit Long Island here.
Oof.
Maybe,
There we go.
No, that's Long Island. That's something else. I think.
Yeah, that's is that Cape Cod?
No, I think it's part of like Canada.
Well, yeah, Cape Cod is part of Canada, isn't it?
No, Cape Cod is like Boston, I think.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
I think so.
I think my geography is
Let's
sorry,
find out.
to say the least.
Let's find out. Cape
All
Cod.
right, looking it up
I
right
think Cape
now.
Cod is Massachusetts.
You might be right.
Cape
Yeah,
Cod,
you're right.
Peninsula in Massachusetts. Can't say it, but I know what it is.
Yeah.
See, it's,
Oh yeah. So yeah, in other words, what it looks like it's likely headed for is part of Canada.
No, I don't know because I think. Let's see. Let me see. Northeast.
Canada?
No, northeast. Yeah, that's A. And
Okay.
see over. Or I could just read the article. But
It's true. You could.
I want to learn a little bit more about geography.
Why not?
All right, there
Yeah,
we
it
go.
looks like right
Yeah,
there,
wherever
right?
that is. Wherever that is. Nova Scotia, Halifax.
Okay, Nova Scotia. That's what I was thinking of, not Cape Cod.
See, this is the Great Lakes here.
Okay, yeah. I know because I grew up not far from Lake Erie, which is one of the Great Lakes.
Yeah. Looks like all that might get hit.
Maybe.
Oh, I didn't know Newfoundland was right there.
I know
And
someone.
Labrador?
And what?
And Labrador.
Yeah.
Bark, 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 bark.
Is that your impression of a Labrador?
It is.
Silly.
It is.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Look at that. Man.
But hoping everybody stays safe
Yeah.
through this hurricane.
Yeah, well, I'm glad my parents are doing fine. So.
I'm glad to hear that too.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, if you're on our page right now on Podbean and you messaged in, we're not ignoring you. Tim is on a different tab right now looking for news to talk about. We're not ignoring you. He's finding some stuff to talk about, and then as soon as he finds some stuff, we're going to go back to our tab and we'll be able to respond to you.
Yeah. But let's see. Wow. Edison Lopez knifed his fiance, their 2 boys, and then killed himself on 86th Street. You know, he I guess they said he was stressed about moving out to the suburbs to Westchester County. And let me see. Wanted the apartment Lopez wanted in on Hastings on the Hudson, which is beautiful. Wouldn't be ready till their September 1st move out date, which might have caused some mental strain. And I think there's a lot more to it than that.
Yeah.
Richard House, a 74-year-old resident who has lived on a 6th floor since 2000, said it would have been a big upgrade from the cramped space the family and four shared.
Oh.
But what's brutal is that he killed him with a knife and then killed himself with a knife.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, even the whole thing with killing somebody with a knife, that's personal. That is very, very personal. You're going to watch this person die.
Bleed out.
And bleed out as they're in your arms.
Well, I don't think he was in their arm. I think he probably did it you know, yeah. Uh, Deep stab wound perforating her neck.
Yeah.
Husband was in the bedroom, perched on the bed with a sliced throat, the third knife next to him. The cops were called there when Lopez's father and Riddick's brother, who said they hadn't heard from him since Sunday, drilled through the apartment lock and saw blood inside.
I am so sorry for the loved ones.
And the little kids, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's nothing to sneeze at. You know, they are what they are. People, like I said, they thought it was they had everything, but it goes to show you that just that little bit of stress, and there's got to be a better way to for people to ask for help, and that's the thing. It's very hard to ask for help. You know, apparently, like I mean, if that's all the uh, if that's all, and I don't want to minimize it, but um, if that's all he was stressed about, um, man, it's again, I hate to sound, but can you imagine them poor kids? Like you're supposed to trust a parent, and for that, and even the mom, like how she couldn't protect the kids, probably didn't even see it coming. Um, just terrible. But anyway, Julian had to step out for a minute, so you got me and only me, me. Let me see. Oh yeah, there's one guy. Um, they call him Porch Pirate. What was let me see. He stole a this one FedEx delivery worker was literally just walking up to the front door with the package in her hand. He came running up behind her and grabbed it right out of her arms. Um, so you know, it's let me see where this was at. I like that name, Porch Pirate. Uh, let's see. It was an iPad. Oh, that's why. Um, let me see. It was in Chesterfield, Virginia. Um, and he drove off in a white BMW. It's crazy. And then, wow, if you go to the Post, it's on the front page. But how far that was away? Like when they say he bolted off to his car, he didn't bolt off. That car was, he was walking. He looked like he wasn't really in a rush to do anything. But except, apparently to get online and he had some important stuff to do. So I guess that's what he wanted an iPad. He wanted an iPad. There's no stopping it. Damn you, Apple. So let me see why. All right. Wow. Ola is that lady's name. I'm sorry to go back to this article, but um, the mom of the two's murder, which the kids, her family was heartbroken and incensed. They raised about $20,000 as of Tuesday night. She was a proud Polish mom. Ola shared her culture and language and made the lives of her boys bright and full. And wow, man, just that is nuts. Ola cradled her boys in her chest, a loving embrace. Retired super and family friend Alfonso Barrera paid his respects Tuesday at the building's front door. Others were starting to leave flowers and toys in the victim's memory and explained that his son, Luis and Lopez, were like brothers. I, I feel like Dad. I feel he was a part of the family, or how it set up Lopez and his family's deaths. Um, wow, man. Uh, There's a photo of Lopez smiling as best man at his son's wedding. He's a nice fellow, part of my family. His wife was a nice girl, beautiful girl. Um, man, that is crazy. Um, the hopelessness. It was complete lack of hope or something. Nobody seems to know, suggested that Lopez's alleged actions. The children doesn't deserve, nor the mother, of course. Oh my God, you're killing yours. That's the bottom. So, yeah, it's just one guy works a block and a half away for over 20 years, and that's just terrible, terrible. Um, wow. So yeah, if you're ever struggling with suicidal thoughts or experiencing a mental health crisis in New York City, you can call 1-888 NYCWELL or a 24/7 National Suicide Prevention Hotline at 988 or suicidepreventionlifeline.org. So, and like I said, I think the hardest thing is just to ask for help. So if you feel something boiling up like that, just walk away and just try to get help from somebody. So just Jolene has been through divorce. I've been through divorce. It gets better. So even if you want to get a divorce and it doesn't look good, of like, okay, all your money's going to go to this ex-wife and two little kids, and you're going to have to be paying for the next 20 years. It's better than killing them all, because yeah, it's crazy. So, and I can't imagine them poor kids what they're going through um, the last few minutes of their life. But Joan's back.
I am. Sorry about that, everybody. Had a little bit of work I had to get done.
Yeah. But I just giving everybody the numbers of the suicide hotline and stuff.
That's wonderful.
Okay,
It's a great organization.
But that's the biggest thing I think is the asking for help first. That's the toughest part, and then I think after that,
Yeah.
It gets easier. But it's that first leap of 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 having to reach out and admit that you're human and you have these problems or these feelings, but nonetheless,
you're never as alone as you can feel. There are always people out there who understand, that are in your position, that are feeling the way you do,
or have been through it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And here's a bit of better news. Okay. He's a local. He repeatedly escaped from a local animal shelter, only to go meet the people at a nearby nursing home.
Oh, that's sweet. So this is a dog. Scout is a dog.
He scaled multiple tall fences and crossed the highway in the dead of night until he wandered into the Meadowbrook Medical Care Facility. Looks like he's a mix between a Rottweiler and something else. Yeah. See?
I do. He's a beautiful dog.
Yeah. And they call him Mischievous Mutt. Has repeatedly escaped from a local Michigan animal shelter to go to that same place.
What a beautiful story.
Yeah. He he went through the automatic doors and nestled on their leather lobby seat for the evening. The following morning, a nurse stumbled upon a stray and phoned the Antrim County Animal Control, who realized they were missing the dog. Wow. Despite the sheriff retrieving Scout from the nursing home, the canine miraculously made his way back the next night, and again a couple nights later.
That's amazing. This has to be the nursing home dog now.
Yeah, well,
he has to be.
Yeah, that's when Lorna Robertson, the administrator for Meadowbrook, threw her hands up. I'm a person who looks at outward signs, and if it's meant to be, it's meant to be.
Yes.
She told the Detroit Free Press. He did it that one time, 2 times, 3 times, and obviously that's somebody you should pay attention to. Yeah. And I asked the staff, well, he wants to be here. Would anybody like to have a dog?
Yes. Yes, yes.
And Scott,
Scout.
Scouts tails wagging, the residents, many of whom have dementia, terminal illness, or no one to care for them, were thrilled to have the pooch around.
Yeah. Oh, little man is
Oh, I got my
playing.
glasses. You like my glasses, huh?
Little man is
Oh.
playing with Tim's glasses.
So
What a beautiful story.
when you're home, you have your pets, and you don't get to have that here. Says Rhonda so-and-so, an administrative assistant
Mm-hmm.
at Glacier Hill Residences where the pup was initially found. Having a dog around makes you feel like home.
Yeah.
Scout is trusted with the free reign of Glacier Hill Cottage and can be found wandering the halls, making his rounds.
Yes.
He's even learned to open and close doors with his paw, and which retirees will sneak him treats.
Yes.
He'll always let you pet him and let you talk to him if you need someone to talk to.
Yeah.
Shirley Sawyer, 82, is one of the 20-some Glacier Hill residents. It's very nice.
That is so nice.
So,
The Saint Scout is a regular visitor of Sawyer's brother, Bob Shoemaker, who, when hounded enough times by Scout's wet snout in the middle of the night, will give the pooch a biscuit as a midnight snack. He also sniffs out cookies from Butch Craig, 80, and buries them in the elderly artist's chair for later. Oh, that's wonderful. Other than his affinity for treats, no one knows much about Scout, a name given to him by the shelter, which found pellet marks in his jowls. He's not going to get any more pellet marks from this place.
no. Some
God,
scumbag.
people are awful.
Yeah.
I mean, not everybody, clearly. But whoever did this is an awful person.
Yeah. Well, he knew where to go.
Yeah. Which is
They
why
needed him
went...
and he needed them.
Exactly.
All they know is he came from an abusive household and arrived scared.
Oh.
Even still, he ambles cautiously through the nursing home. His tail, even while wagging, seems heavy. He's a bit skittish upon hearing the jingle of keys or loud sounds. The nursing home staff believed the safe environment and that Lord Scout in.
Yeah.
That's a good picture.
Yeah, what a beautiful picture of Scout.
That should be a thing for tonight.
I agree. Save that picture. Desktop or save it with, label it as Scout.
Yep. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, that's a great picture.
He certainly has a penchant for the elders. In tune with what they need, especially our very vulnerable population. If they have dementia and they're dying, he knows it. He will go there and be with them and comfort them. He must have just felt like he needed to be there.
Yeah. But above all else, Scout has assumed his very serious role as protector.
Wow.
He checks on everyone to ensure their safety and sizes up unfamiliar guests. He just kind of knows who belongs and who doesn't. Yeah. And that's Jenny Martinek, the nursing home's household coordinator. That is amazing. This says Scout, for one, certainly belongs in his adopted pack of pensioners. I think he knows that this is his home and he is all of ours, so that gives him a sense of security. And I think he just wants to protect that. Oh, what a beautiful story.
Yeah. Yeah. He needed them, and he needed him.
And still present tense. He still needs them, and they still need him.
Yeah. And I wonder if he can do the whole if somebody's going to have a seizure.
Oh, I don't know.
You know? So.
If he's specifically a...
That's awesome. He knows how to get out.
Yeah, how he got there.
No,
3 times. Yeah.
Four
times? Was 4?
Fourth time they kept them.
Just wow.
Man. But yeah, it's a good story.
I think so too.
So, what do you got?
Well, for one, sending lots of love and well wishes to Greece as a whole. There's a wildfire there happening right now that is the largest ever recorded in the European Union.
Wow.
It's happening north of the city of Alexandroupolis. It's burned so far more than 310 square miles, or 810 square kilometers. That's an area bigger than New York City. That's insane. It's the largest in the European Union since 2000, when the European Forest Fire Information System began recording data. Now, Greece's fire service said the blaze was, quote unquote, still out of control. The blaze had started on 19th of August. So far, it has killed 20 people, 18 of them migrants whose bodies were found in a region that is often used as the entry point from neighboring Turkey.
It's terrible.
Now, what Greece is doing at this point, or actually not just Greece, the European Union at this point, actually calls in a fleet of 28 aircraft. 24 of them are water-dumping planes, and 4 of them are helicopters, supplied by member countries to help battle the blazes in the bloc and in the neighboring territories. Now, right now, the European Union is working on creating a standalone European Union-funded air wing of the 12 aircraft that will be fully in place by 2030. So, not good news, still burning like crazy, and basically the European Union and Greece are doing whatever they can.
Hmm.
So, hoping everybody is out of its path. So, not.
Do they have any time when it's going to be done?
Nope, not yet. It's still burning.
Damn.
It's one thing. It's like, oh well, yeah, we kind of got it under control. No, not
He
even
loves
close.
that blanket.
Yeah, little man loves that rug. I know,
What
Kitty. I know. What's that boy doing? Little man is looking. Oh, there he goes. On a lighter note, the kitty is being adorable and running back and forth and wants to get chased.
Yeah.
But wishing well for, of course, everybody from Greece and loved ones in Greece. Hoping all of you stay safe.
Yeah. Hopefully, you won't cause any problems with their tourists. What's up, Dane?
Oh, thanks for joining us, Dane.
Oh, it looks like. I wonder if you heard the story about
Oh, about Scout?
Scout.
Maybe.
Scout's a good boy.
Scout is a good boy. Yeah, if you look up Scout, Scout is a, and Dane is waving. That's sweet. Yeah, we just literally, before you got on, finished the story about a,
You might have heard of them.
Yeah.
If not, I'll send it to him.
Okay.
Or put it up.
Yeah, the link for it. This is a dog who escaped from a dog shelter 4 times and crossed a highway,
Some fences.
yeah, scaled fences, everything like that, and kept getting to a somewhat relatively nearby nursing home. He kept going there, so the nursing home has taken him. He's now the nursing home dog.
That is adorable.
It is.
Now I can't find it. Wait.
Oh, it's there somewhere.
Yeah, I'll find it again.
All right. Well, while you're looking for it, this is something, another climate change related thing. Like, of course, the wildfire in Greece is definitely climate change related by the looks of it. Another climate change related thing, drought in not
Drought.
Yeah, what word is that? And Dane says story, and then said,
Yeah, I'll get it.
Missed it. Yeah.
I'll find it. I'll just go back to history.
It's a really great story. I know once Tim finds it, we're gonna post the link. That way you can read the whole thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's this drought in southeast Texas that has actually revealed a World War I shipwreck. Which I'm thinking, wait, a shipwreck from World War I in Texas? What? No, what it was is Texas actually used to have, Texas used to have 9 shipbuilding yards, or 9 shipyards. Now it was this guy named Bill Milner. He was jet skiing in the Neches River when he found it. He saw there was something that you could see sticking out of the water.
Right.
So he took pictures of it and was trying to find out what it was. What it turned out is there was 5 different World War I era ships that were just there on the bottom of the Neches River.
Wow.
Just pieces of them sticking up out of the water because, again, drought, the water is low. Now, which I found fascinating. He thought it was one really big one, and actually there were 5 of them that were found. Now, what it was is World War I. Again, there were those 9 shipyards. They would build. It was understood that they would build Ferris type ships, very specific type. They would build these, and then they would use those to ferry soldiers from the U.S. so from Texas over to France.
Mm-hmm.
And World War I ended. The ships, for the most part, at least in Texas, were abandoned, and they just sank. after some time. This historical commission says they have found at least a dozen wrecks on the bottom of the Neches River.
Does he get to keep any treasure?
No, that's a big thing too. A big thing with this too. There's no treasure in it, but one thing actually.
Why?
Is that right? No, they're not pirates. It's not a pirate ship. That's not what it is. They're not pirate ships. But Susan Kilcrease, she's the curator of Ice House Museum, which Ice House Museum is who this Bill Milner had reached out to saying, is this something, I think this looks like a big deal. Is this a big deal? And they're the ones who would actually recognize that, yeah, this is a World War I era ship. She had said, and here's a quote from her, as long as the wreck is out of the water, anybody could see it. We were scared to death they were going to be destroyed or looted. People were making comments about how parts of it could make great fireplace metal. So yeah, they're just kind of like, no, don't come and steal this. Don't steal this. Yeah, but I still found that fascinating though. I'm thinking like World War I ship, why would that be there in a river in Texas? It's because it was built and never ended up being sent out. And then it just sank.
Something.
Like at least there are a dozen on the bottom of that river now. Which means there are likely more.
Yeah, probably. Archaeologists find a 2,000-year-old computer. Ancient Greek civilization.
Okay.
How about that?
I want to read that article.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Numerous breakthroughs, blah, 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 blah. Of course, it was handmade right there. Oh, I've seen this before. I was actually recorded on the news or something.
It looks like part of a ship.
No, it's actually, yeah, you know what? It could be. It's a hidden gear inside of it a year later by blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it's basically it's like an analog computer, which you have to do by hand. But it was still ahead of its time. Yeah, I'll leave it up.
Okay.
I hate
because they saying it's a 2,000-year-old computer sounds very misleading.
But it kind of is. Just like the the dolls, that speak. My name is Susie.
The talking dolls.
Yeah, my
dolls
name is Susie Rotten.
From the 1970s. They were.
It's Susie Rottencrotch.
Is that what the doll
Come
says?
play with me.
Is that what
or
the doll
whatever.
says?
I don't know. I don't play with dolls, honey.
I was gonna say,
I'm a man. I don't play with dolls.
I know, but I'm just wondering, what doll did you ever hear say, "Hi, my name is Susie Rottencrotch"?
Obviously, Susie Rottencrotch. Right?
That's
I didn't hear G.I. Joe saying, "Hi, I'm Susie Rottencrotch."
But did you ever hear G.I. Joe saying anything as far as being a doll?
No, G.I. Joe knew how to keep his composure.
Oh, I see.
He didn't let the government's secrets spill out. He was on missions.
Is that right?
He wasn't doing his hair, hanging out, talking about boys, going to the prom. None of that. He has some serious shit to do.
I'm sure.
Talking about makeup and Hanson.
Wow. Oh, is that right?
The Jonas Brothers.
Wait, who's talking about Hanson?
Susie Rottencrotch and Little Friends.
Is that right?
Only from Mattel.
Wait, when is Susie Rottencrotch from? Wait,
that's the Barbie era. That was her slutty friend.
Oh, I see. I was just going to say, what year do you think it is?
Now, I'm telling you, listen. You're not listening. This was Barbie's slutty friend.
Okay. Like Barbie from the 1950s?
I don't know what year. There was sluts.
Well,
there were sluts back then.
No, you know a lot more about this Susie Rottencrotch than I do, so I'm not.
I don't know too much.
Are you sure you don't know too much?
I don't.
Wow.
No, I don't.
Wow.
I don't.
Oh.
Man. No.
I feel like you seem to be a little too familiar with this Susie.
No, I don't know her. I don't know her. Nor anyone involved with her. Except for Barbie.
There you go.
See, I think Barbie tried
Barbie.
I think Barbie tried to rehabilitate her, and it's just look.
You think so?
Don't let her drag you down. That was the whole,
Wait, that's what Barbie said, or that's
no, that was the advice that I've given Barbie.
Oh, you gave Barbie this advice.
Yeah.
When did you know Barbie?
When she asked me for it.
Oh, when did Barbie ask you
It's
for
not
it?
the only thing she asked me for.
Oh, I see. No, wait. I'm wondering with Barbie. Of course, Barbie's beautiful, but the plastic, was that too much?
Plastic and the what is it? The no vagina.
Oh, yeah, there you go. There's that.
No,
And no
yeah.
mouth either.
See, you gotta help her out a little bit. Can help her out with that,
Wait, you had to help her out with that.
You in general, the proverbial you.
Oh, okay. Not me specifically.
She's not like Melania.
No, there you go.
There's only
She's
one
not.
Melania.
Yeah, there you go. Well, you have your plastic Melania in the drawer.
You do. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, this. What the hell was it? I just had it. Damn it. Um, what was it? There's like an inventor called Dr. Death, right? There's a suicide booth.
Okay.
The sarcopod, it asks you 3 questions before suffocating the user.
Okay.
They call him the Elon Musk for assisted suicide.
Okay.
It looks like a little sun tanning pod booth.
Yeah.
Where you would go to end it, and it's
Almost
called
looks like a casket, somewhat.
that too. See, you do it in there, and then you just freaking looks like you sling you out into the ocean or shoot you into the hole.
Maybe.
Oh, see, there's 2 pictures. Let me see that. All right, that's it.
Yeah, it looks like it. And him. Picture of him.
That's a pretty cool. I'd get in it just because it looks cool.
Okay.
See,
Please don't get
I
in
would
it.
need to see. That's why you don't do things so half-ass. And see, let's see what do you think the 3 questions are that they ask you? I already read this article. So.
Who are you? Where are you? Do you know what happens if you press the
I
button?
didn't ask you to read it. I told you to guess. Not,
Oh, okay. Sorry, I misunderstood.
All right. Anyway, it's a 3D printed coffin. That's cool. It's filled with nitrogen, quickly bringing oxygen down from 21% to only 1% in about 30 seconds. A disoriented and euphoric feeling then follows before users eventually lose consciousness. Death takes place due to hypoxia.
Hypoxia. That means low oxygen.
And reduced carbon in the blood. We're ready to use it. We're talking to a number of people who are waiting to be the first to use it. Netherlands-based Dr. Nitsky told Mail Online. The person will climb into the machine. They will be asked the 3 questions, and they will answer verbally. Who are you? Where are you? And do you know what happens if you press the button? And if they answer those questions verbally, the software then switches the power on so the button can be pressed. And if they press the button, they will die very quickly.
Okay.
Okay. All right, look at that.
All right.
So, there you have it. That's happy news, huh?
That's something news.
That is something news, right, man? Wow.
I mean, it's not a painful way to die, which is a plus.
That's true. But it's not a happy way either.
No. But then I'm thinking if you're feeling suicidal, is there any happy way you can die?
Well, you don't take your wife and kids out either.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That's
sure. Reasonable.
Like that other fucking asshole did.
Yeah. I'm sorry for that.
Yeah, that's fucking batshit crazy. So.
Awful.
Yeah, awful person.
Yeah, I agree.
But. Yeah, it's. But the doggy, remember the doggy?
Yeah, Scout.
He's a good boy.
Scout the nursing home dog.
See, he would have fucked that guy up.
Oh, he might have. I could see that.
Come in nursing home because he probably would have smelled that shit. But you're up to something, motherfucker.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'll fuck you up.
I do.
Smart boy.
And good boy.
Yeah, he would have fucked him up. So, all you can ask for.
Yeah. I'm happy he has a happy home now.
I am happy too. That's funny. You ran across traffic and
ran across the highway.
And
4 times. It's insane.
But I guess he knew how to get there, and that was it.
Yeah. Good boy.
Yeah.
He knew where he belonged.
Yeah. It's fucked up that he had what did he have in him?
pellets in his jowl.
Where's his jowl?
The jaw, like, because people can be awful.
Yeah, well,
not all of them, clearly.
Why don't some of them old people leave some fucking money to have the dog fixed?
Well, I would think for some of it though too, it can be dangerous to put him under surgery. Put him under surgery when you don't have to. You know what I mean?
Mm.
It's not like the pellets are injuring him. Well, they hurt him then, but you know, pellets being there at this point is not. He's fine. He's doing okay. Oh yeah. Oh, that's no surprise. Tim's pointed. Here's another tab open. Trump had told Glenn Beck, quote unquote, "You have no choice." He will absolutely lock people up if returned to the White House. He can't return to the White House. He just can't.
Well, first of all, you just can't lock people up because you're the president.
You know what? You're right. If it's a democracy and if the government is in the structure that it is in right now, but Republicans as a whole are really, really actively looking to dismantle that. They're saying democracy is overrated, and they don't want democracy. They want basically one ruler.
You know what?
And it's not elections anymore.
I'll tell you what. You know who's to blame with all this shit?
Who?
We are.
Yeah, you know what?
We are.
I will give you that.
Absolutely,
yes, we are.
We are. No one else.
We are.
We are.
The fact that he was able to get into the position he was in, and the fact that there are Republicans in office, and yes, I'm going to keep saying Republicans because Republicans are the ones doing this. The reason they're in office is because we as a citizenship keep putting them in office. Awful.
But that's not the way it works. So we're like, oh, you know, you're king. That I'm just going to throw you in the fucking dungeon.
But that's what they want to put in place, and they've been very open about that's what they want to put in place.
Yeah.
They're not even pretending like, oh no, see, it's fair. No, they're not pretending that anymore.
Well, just like if you can sum up that article I sent you about the in Florida, why he got what's his face got booed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. DeSantis went to a vigil for the people those 5 people who were murdered. They were people of color that were murdered by that one man who's openly a racist, openly anti-Semitic. DeSantis showed up at a vigil and got booed away. Understandably, because DeSantis and, again, other Republicans are very, very, very open about how racist they are very open about how anti-Semitic they are very open about how they want to get rid of democracy. Yeah, whole thing. Very open about how xenophobic they are, how misogynist they are, how anti-LGBTQ plus they are. Unless you are a white Christian man, Republicans are against you. And they are very open about this. They say it out loud. They don't even pretend. They say it flat out. They say it out loud. We're only on your side if this is who you are. So so it's no surprise that, again, people in power spouting that kind of BS. It's no surprise that we have more than well over 400 mass shootings this year in the United States.
Yeah.
I was going to say craziness. It's not crazy. I mean, how else could it turn out?
I don't know. All I know is that was a really good article.
Yeah, it was.
And he's like, first, it's the whole. They made it fashionable, and like I'd said, it was there's no checks and balances or no corrections.
Yeah.
When you just people let go like that, and they're not held into any kind of correction. On that behavior of what they say, that's what you get.
That is a really great way to put it. There's no correction. There's nobody calling you out. Well, no, there are some calling people out, but those calling you out are referred to as communists. Because, of course, all liberals are communists. Like, actually, no, that's not true. Liberals are most definitely not communists, at least for the most part. All right, here, just a second. I'm going to get this open. No, that's not it. You had sent me this article.
I did.
You did. Here, just a second. I'm going to find. Just a moment, everybody. Hang in there with me.
Do 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 do.
Exactly.
Do 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 do.
What song is that?
Oh, it's from Jeopardy, I think.
Oh, okay. I was thinking da 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 da
But look,
da.
I got I invested in this company a bit while
Oh,
ago.
okay,
It's Simon,
Simon.
and now they got bought by they acquired Small Pharma. See, it's going places.
Okay.
Neoliberals are
Neoliberals are
socialists.
socialists. You're right. Actually, a lot of liberals are democratic socialists. Not all of them, but a lot of them are. It's I know a lot of it, at least like my generation and younger, which I'm a millennial, and younger. It's a whole thing of realizing we live in theory in a capitalist society, but it's really not a capitalist society. It's capitalist for all of us, unless you're uber wealthy, unless you're a giant corporation, in which case
It's
the
an
government.
oligarchy.
Yeah, it's an oligarchy. That's what it is. The government will bail you out if you're a big company and if you're super wealthy. But the rest of us, you go broke. Good luck. That's it. So that's not
Or
technically.
you're
That's
trained
technically
on system because
capitalist.
if you're on welfare or you need a
Oh,
government assistant, you're fucking
yeah. How
you're
dare you
trained.
need help? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's something. I'd heard it put well. There's a photographer. Actually, was here in New York City from China. The way he put it, he'd said, he said so many. He said like our generation and younger, they think socialism is the best, and they don't know how bad it is. And I'm gonna say, I had the same conversation too. It's there's got to be a happy medium somewhere. Now I don't what that happy medium is. I don't know for sure because what we have right now
Isn't as bad as China and everything, but because
Yeah.
there is.
Yeah, like, and even China, oh, it's communist. China's not communist. China is actually an authoritarian capitalist
But we're not
society.
capitalists. We're more socialist.
In some ways.
Mhm.
In some ways, but not but for the most part, if we go broke, we're left to fend for ourselves.
But you could still go bankrupt a few different times.
Yeah, only twice. That's
Yeah,
it.
but still, it's
Yeah.
that option.
It's better than nothing. It's true.
I'm just saying.
And Kairos says, we don't live in a capitalist civilization because we're taxed while our money is constantly inflated. A capitalist order precludes the immorality of theft.
Plus, your money is taxed more than once, which isn't legal.
Oh,
Okay,
as
so
far
your
as state
paycheck.
and federal?
Yeah, so you get
Yeah.
a paycheck. It's taxed by federal and state and county government.
Oh, I didn't know the county taxed it.
It's the state it gets.
Yeah, I was going to say, I knew
So,
the
okay,
state and the
so-
federal did.
Right. So that money you get at the end of the day is your money. Yes.
Yeah.
Then how come when you go to the store you got to pay tax?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So it's double taxation. So it's really not. Then if you invest money, right?
Yeah.
You're taxed on that.
Yeah.
When it comes out, when it goes in, you're constantly getting taxed on it.
Yeah.
So it's definitely an oligarchy.
Yeah,
But
I agree.
it's definitely a country that you can, if you have a good idea and a little bit of money behind you and a little bit of hard work, you can actually do something with that.
In theory, at the very least.
No, in practice,
Okay.
or I think
All right. I knew what you're saying.
there's a lot of people coming here risking life and limb to get here, so
Yeah.
there's
Yeah,
got to
it's
be
true.
something to that.
Yeah.
And
A lot of people, where they're fleeing from is a lot more dangerous. And Kairos says slavery equals 100% theft of someone's labor. Taxation equals 30 to 50% theft of someone's labor. We're all partial slaves.
Yeah.
I heard it
It's
put that
funny.
way before. I heard it specifically put as wage slaves, especially.
Well,
Which is generally, I think we're saying the same thing.
my friend Billy I used to work with, he'd said, Tim, we're all the N word.
Yeah.
Some of us are just darker than others.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, it's kind of
I
true.
get that. I definitely get that.
And so, there we go. That's funny. And it's true. So, what do you think?
What do I think, or what does Kairos think?
No, what do you think?
What do I think? I get what you're saying.
Yeah?
Really, the skin color. Well, I was going to say skin color doesn't matter, but skin color very, very, very much matters here in the U.S.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
which is why there's so many. Well, of course, mass shootings are a massive issue here in the U.S., but why so many of them, or the majority of them, are specifically white guys targeting communities of color.
Right. Yeah.
Which is awful.
But I think,
Inexcusable. No way around that. It's completely inexcusable. But you have a bunch of guys who are unhappy with their place in life, for some very, very good reasons, but then blaming the wrong people for it.
Exactly. I do think, though, it's easy to play the victim like that.
Okay, yeah.
Like, oh, I'm a 20-year-old white guy. There's no hope for me out there.
Yeah.
So I do think it's just easier to fall into that victim mentality and stay there.
Well, it also doesn't help, too, that there are lots of outlets and lots of media, lots of
misery loves company.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Lots of media outlets that are specifically targeting them, saying, "You're right.
Yeah.
See, it's the colored
You're not
people.
The only one.
Yeah, it's the black
What's
people.
Up, ABC 7?
They're the ones to blame.
Yep.
It's the immigrants. They're the ones to blame. It's the women. They're the ones to blame. It's the LGBTQIA community. They're the ones to blame." Like, really? Really?
Yeah.
How about this? How about we tackle the oligarchy? Kyra said, "I think talking about mass shooters without talking about blacks on black crime in places like Chicago isn't a balanced perspective." I get what you're saying, Kairos, but the whole thing is, like, when it comes down to people talking about black on black crime, it always seems to be packaged in a way to excuse white people killing black people. I never hear it in reference to anything other than, like, well, what about black on black? Well, how about white on white? Because there's lots of white on white crime, too.
Yeah. Yeah, there is.
It just seems it's very much a whataboutism. At least I think it is. And Cairo says, "No, they're both awful. I'm not doing whataboutism."
That's true. That's a good point. A good point, my friend. So, anyway. So, what else you think?
What else I think?
Yeah, I think it's late.
It
Why
is.
am I so tired? It's only 10:15.
I know. Because it is late.
No, I know, but usually I have a lot more energy and energy.
There you go. Just not tonight.
Just not tonight.
That's okay.
I didn't have my 14 cups of coffee before.
Oh no.
So
Only
plus
13?
I went to the dentist today too again.
So you're feeling tired. That's okay.
Yeah, but at least I didn't get the root canal yet. That's still maybe that's why too. It's just like, it's not done yet.
But hopefully coming up soon.
Sons of bitches.
I know, Ken. I know. You have that infection in your tooth.
Yeah. Well, you can't do anything until I see the prosthodontist or the endodontist or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's an endodontist or I feel like a root canal is done by an endodontist, but I'm not positive. I've never had a root canal, so I'm not sure.
I never had a root canal. Well, look at you, Miss Perfect. Look at you. It must be really hard.
It's so hard
to carry that weight of perfection 24/7.
Yes, I'm exhausted.
I never had a root canal. I don't know what that's like.
Oh man, how do you say you're smug without flat out saying you're smug? That's how.
I think you did it.
I think I did. Yeah.
I think you covered.
I think so, baby.
I think you did.
Oh man. Well, something before we wrap it up. I got one more piece of news that I found interesting. This is for a woman in Australia. Specifically, she was at Canberra Hospital. Surgeons pulled out an 8-centimeter parasitic roundworm from her brain.
That is disgusting.
No, it's something. Now, she complained about, what it was. She, in 2021, she was first admitted to a local hospital after 3 weeks of abdominal pain, diarrhea, and constant dry cough, fever, and night sweats. The symptoms grew, and by 2022, she was complaining of forgetfulness and depression. Now, this roundworm is normal.
I'm sad.
Is that what depression is?
Oh, God,
you think that's what depression is? Do they whine and say, I'm sad? Wow.
I'm fucking.
They say,
a couple more minutes in hell for me on that one.
Exactly. I was going to say so much empathy.
So,
no.
Again,
yeah,
must be so tough.
Must be so tough.
Carpenter, sitting on that fucking throne of yours.
Oh man, oh no. Well,
With your non-root canal.
And my actual having feelings of empathy for
Right.
someone through this, yeah. But yeah, they had said certain neurosurgeons found this roundworm. And here's a quote from actually her name is Dr. Sanjaya Senanayake. She's a surgeon here at Canberra Hospital. Quote from her is, neurosurgeons regularly deal with infections in the brain, but this was a once-in-a-career finding. No one was expecting to find that. Yeah, again, these roundworms are normally found in pythons. So the whole thing is, well, why were they found? Why? They've never seen it found in a human being for her.
Exactly. How the hell did it get up there?
What they think, they're not positive, but what surgeons think is that that this roundworm was probably within the grasses. In the area where she lives, there are wild grasses that she would go and collect to use for cooking. Maybe the roundworm was in those grasses, and that's how it got into cooking. Mm-hmm. But I found that fascinating, and I'm happy for her that the roundworm is out of her system. And Kairos says the most pervasive parasite is toxoplasmosis, which can cause schizophrenia and sexual, paraphilias. Okay, well, one of the most pervasive. I'd heard of toxoplasmosis. I'd heard of it with schizophrenia, but I hadn't heard of it with sexual disorders with it. But that's something.
Maybe,
that is really
maybe I
something.
got one. That's why I want to run down the street naked.
Oh, you want to run down the street naked?
You know what? No, I don't anymore. I thought I did.
Yeah.
Maybe later again.
Well, are you thinking that? Are you?
Yeah, I went to go do that, and then I got to the door, and I changed my mind.
Is that right?
Like, I didn't feel like going down the elevator.
Okay.
Escalator, whatever it
is. Is that right? Or
and then I forgot my Metro card.
Or are you?
I forgot the keys to get back in the house.
Wait, are you worried that I'm going to take you to the hospital and they're going to remove this from your system?
Remove what?
This toxoplasmosis?
Who says I got that?
Well, it just sounds like you said you have.
I don't know.
Oh man!
I'm just saying I have these urges.
You have these urges to run down the block naked, or run down the hallway naked,
No.
or go down our elevator naked.
No, either of those.
Yes.
Any of those.
No, I was gonna say I wouldn't think so.
Not tonight, anyway. Maybe later.
Maybe tomorrow. And Kyra said, "Let's keep him. Let's let him keep it. Maybe he's feeling sexy."
There you go. Maybe.
Are you feeling sexy, baby?
Always feel sexy, baby. I want to sex you up.
Yes. If it weren't so late, right?
If I don't need a nap first.
Oh man.
If I wasn't so sleepy.
Oh, that's all right. Oh man. So what are you thinking? You want to wrap up the episode?
What am I thinking, man? I try not to anymore.
Oh, that's all right.
Abdu. What's up, Abdu?
Thanks for joining us, Abdu.
What's the that is a cool picture though. Or the
it's a sculpture.
Profile. Yeah, but that's a really cool profile picture.
Yeah. I don't know what it's a sculpture of. But it's still very cool. It looks like a child.
It looks like
very cool.
It looks badass. One Piece.
One Piece.
Luffy. Luffy, is that what that statue is?
I'm gonna look that up.
Luffy. Yep, Luffy.
Oh.
Is known for his infectious energy, indomitable grit, and sketchy physique.
Sketchy physique. He doesn't have a sketchy physique. It's stretchy.
Yeah, exactly.
Silly.
But his strength comes from his determination, intense training, and talent for using the abilities of devil fruit. All right. When he was 7, he accidentally ate the Gomu Gomu no Mi, which turned his body into rubber. So, he's the son of the Monkey D. Dragon, the leader of the Revolution Army, and the grandson of Marine hero Monkey D. Garb.
Okay.
So,
he's an enemy. He's not anime. He's anime.
He's a good guy.
All right.
Or a good whatever. These two people have fallen in love with Luffy. Alvida and Hancock. Well, make that number 3. Timmy.
Are you in love with Luffy now? Gyro says article about the link between toxoplasmosis and promiscuity. Okay,
well, I wouldn't say I'm in love, but more like smitten.
Oh, okay. Wait,
so,
you're smitten with Luffy.
Of course.
Okay. And thank you, Kairos. I will read that article. I'm interested in that.
Abdu got me thinking.
Got you hooked on Luffy?
Well, not
Or
hooked.
got you smitten with Ruffy? Or Luffy, not see,
Luffy got me hooked on Luffy. But,
Ruffy got you hooked on Luffy.
Abdu got me, introduced me. He's what is it called? The Yenta. The matchmaker, whatever.
Oh, man.
Good luck watching
1,080 episodes.
Unless they're a minute long.
Oh, man.
And I wouldn't even have time, but. Alright, why? How many? Do you watch them all? Abdu? I mean, it sounds interesting. It's probably a better read, though. You know, like comic
For
book.
anime, I don't know.
And shit is popular.
Yeah, true. Anime is very popular.
Yeah, it is.
Only the last 300, Abdu says. Oh, which, by the way, if you're listening to us right now on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Podcast, eBooks, where they're all different podcasting outlets we're on. Thank you. We love you as our listeners. We appreciate you so much. But the way Timmyboy here puts it, if you're not listening to us on Podbean, you're getting sloppy seconds. Because we only do our live episodes several times a week, every single week on Podbean. You can go to podbean.com or download Podbean. It's a free app. You follow us. You'll be notified when we're doing a live episode. And if you want to listen in on it, you can. You can type in comments like Abdu did and like Kairos did. Or even if you want to be more interactive with us, you can call in and we'll talk to you, which is great. But no matter where you're listening to us from, we appreciate you. Thank you, listeners. And Abdu says you're on at once on different podcasts. That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, we're not on.
This is live, but then
Yeah.
we'll repost it, and then it'll be taped. You know, that people can listen to it later if you miss it.
Exactly.
But I highly recommend Google what I just typed in.
Dog escapes shelter, sneaks in a nursing home. Now he is all of us.
And read that article. It's a great article.
Yeah, it is about the dog scout.
Yeah. And then I got something else for the next time we come on, and that's headline is I divorced my husband. He wallowed in self-pity and killed my vibe. The guy had testicular cancer,
Oh.
and they were married for 22 years. But when he got testicular cancer, she said, you know what, you're just killing my vibe, so I'm going to divorce you. So that's
New York Post.
But it happened, you know. So, it would be good if he lived.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure he's of course, it has to be a picture like this. He's all happy. Like, yeah, look at me.
Yeah.
Look at me.
And Kairos says that's evil, and Abdu says it surely does. Yeah.
It's essentially she's paid for this article to be published.
Yeah.
It was like a dating article. She's like, got that picture out there. Yeah, look at me.
Yeah.
Look at me. You know, I'm saying I hope he fucked her sister.
Oh yeah.
I hope he had a
well, how do you know her sister's any better than she is?
Doesn't matter. He fucked her.
Is that all that matters?
He should fuck her and chunk her, and then he should do the mother.
Oh, but I was gonna say, who do you think taught her to behave this way?
I don't know.
Maybe the father taught her to behave this way.
But you know what? Maybe he'll put some of that fucking cancer into all of them. If he fucks them good enough.
You know cancer is not contagious, right?
It's testicular cancer. Didn't you read the article?
I did not, but testicular cancer is not contagious either.
Yeah.
And Kyra said her mom and social media.
Exactly.
There you go. Oy vey.
Yep. That's my advice to that guy.
Is that right?
Yeah.
You want him to actively try to spread testicular cancer, even though
he
testicular
should get on
cancer
there.
is not contagious.
He should put over there. She's the one that gave it to me.
But again, it's
not. Do that snatch of hers.
But it's not contagious.
That hoo-ha gave me cancer.
Yeah, but that's just not factual. That's not true. And Abdu says, together through thick and thin.
But that's the name of my...
You would think.
That's the name of my new album, too.
Was that number 20th album, or no, was it number 15?
I got it through her hoo-ha.
You got it through her hoo-ha?
Something like that, All right, guys, we gotta go.
All right, we'll catch you probably tomorrow. Wait, no, maybe Thursday.
Yes.
Bye,
All
everybody.
right, have a good night, everybody. Good night.